Okay, so today we're looking at solving linear equations when you have pronumerals on both sides of the equal sign. Okay, so to solve an equation, you've got to end up with something like, x equal 2. All right, so you need to end up with just one, just one pronumeral, or, just one instance of the pronumeral. Okay, so example 1. 5m plus 3, I'm going to go 5m equals 3m plus 3. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Now, it doesn't really matter if I do the subtract 3 from both sides or if I subtract 3m from both sides first. But usually, here, if I just subtract the 3m, then it's all on one side in one step pretty soon. So I'll do that. I'll subtract 3m from both sides. So 5m take away 3m is 2m equal to 3. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So that's 3 over 2. Now I can leave it like an improper fraction like that. That's actually fine, and it's fine to leave it as a fraction. Okay, second example. I'll write it up. 7x plus 5 equals 2 minus 4x. Now, I'll probably work on getting those x's onto one side first. And here, now it doesn't matter if I subtract 7x from both sides or if I add 4x from both sides, because either way, you'll be getting them to one side. Now, the way I figure out what I'm going to do is I look at what's given to me and I sort of think, well, what will give me the most straightforward next line to do? If I subtract 7x from both sides, I'm going to be dealing with a lot more negatives, aren't I? And I know that a lot of people don't like dealing with negatives. They want to get it out as soon as they can. But if I add 4x to both sides, then, I've gotten rid of the negatives nice and straightforward, a bit more straightforward. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. So 7x plus 4x is 11x plus 5 equals 2. So whenever you come to make a decision about what you're going to do, remembering in algebra there's always multiple ways to do something to get to the same answer. I always just look at, well, what will give me, the easiest or most straightforward next line. So here, I've got 11x plus 5 equals to 2, so I'm going to have to subtract 5 from both sides. So 2 take away 5 gives me negative 3. So now I have to divide both sides by 11, so that's negative 3 over 11. So x equals negative 3 over 11. Okay, so example 3. Here I'm going to have some brackets. So 3r plus 1 equals 14 minus 2r. Okay, so what to do first here? Now, obviously, I could divide both sides by 3, but that would actually be a little bit complicated over here, wouldn't it? I'd end up with with a couple of fractions, so that would make my life a little bit complicated. So I'm going to expand these brackets first to give me 3r plus 3, because that was 3 times r, plus 3 times 1 equals 14 minus 2r. Okay, so now I'm looking at this and go, well, I could subtract 3r from both sides, or I could add 2r to both sides. I might add 2r to both sides, so I keep that nice positive number. So 5r plus 3 equals to 14. Okay, now I'm going to take 3 from both sides, and then I end up with 11 divided by 5, or 11 over 5 as a fraction. Again, you can just leave that as a fraction. Okay, example 4. So I'm going to have 2y plus 3 in brackets equals to 3x plus 7 in the brackets. Okay, so looking at this, we've got 2 times x plus 3, 3 times x plus 7. So I could divide both sides by 2, then divide both sides by 3 to get rid of that influence, but that gets a bit complicated, so I'm going to expand both brackets. I've just realized what I did there. Y. Okay, so that's 2y, 2 times y, plus 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times y is 3y, 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, so looking at this, I could minus 3y from both sides, or I could minus 2y from both sides. Now, I'm going to minus 2y from both sides because that will give me a positive number as opposed to a negative number. So that makes life a little bit easier for when you calculate things. So 3y take away 2y is equal to 1y, which I just write as y. Okay, so now I subtract 21 from both sides. So 6 take away 21 is negative 15 equal to y.